My interest in radiotherapy began after I was offered voluntary redundancy in the prison service in 2011. I decided to make a complete career change and started to look at different careers and was drawn to radiography. Both my grandparents had recently passed away with cancer and my granddad had received radiotherapy for symptom control at the end of his life. I had a friend that worked in a local general hospital as a radiographer and they invited me for a visit. I followed this up with a visit to an open day at City University in London and was introduced to therapeutic radiography. Immediately I knew this was the career I wanted to train in. It was technically very interesting and the patient contact was very important to me. As a mature student, I had to consider if I could afford to go to university as I had a mortgage to pay along with other financial demands. In 2011, the Royal Marsden ran an excellent 4-year scheme that balanced working part-time in the radiotherapy admin department alongside training to be a therapeutic radiographer. This allowed me the financial security to quit my job in the prison service and start my new career. I had a very unconventional education. I left school with 1 GCSE in English language. I joined the prison service as a prison officer and worked at several establishments over 17 years with female young offenders and adult male and female prisoners. At 27 years old, I returned to further education and gained GCSEs in history, biology, English literature and maths. In the prison service, I gained a level 5 diploma in leadership and management, which allowed me access to do a bachelor's degree in oncology and radiotherapy. Being a prison officer was physically and mentally demanding. I had to manage issues around depression, mental health, self-harm, anger management and poor coping skills. The position required good listening skills, a caring nature, compassion, showing kindness, giving advice, reassuring prisoners, dealing with verbally and physically aggressive prisoners, and adhering to the criminal and government legislation. I use many of the skills I learned in the prison service, as being a radiographer involves dealing with many different types of people from different backgrounds, including patients, patients' families and staff. The role often requires empathy, good listening skills and excellent verbal and written communication skills. Patients are often anxious and nervous, and it's our job to make sure they feel they are getting the best possible care.
Radiotherapy is a second career for me. I was in banking for 12 years. I was first introduced to radiotherapy by chance. A friend, Jenny, whom I first met when my oldest daughter was in nursery. She had twin girls that were the same age. She told me that she had received radiotherapy treatment for breast cancer. She was a passionate advocate for breast cancer awareness and the availability of treatments. When I changed careers, I knew I wanted to work in healthcare, as that had always been my childhood dream. Jenny's journey rekindled my interest, and I knew I did not want to do nursing, but was still keen to care for people. I did some online research into radiotherapy and was attracted by the technological aspects of radiotherapy, as well as the benefit to patients. I then arranged a visit to my local radiotherapy department so I could experience the day-to-day work of a therapeutic radiographer. Being a therapeutic radiographer appealed to me for multiple reasons. First, the work-life balance appealed to me, as I was a mature entrant into the profession and I had a young family. It was important to me that I should be able to balance my work and my home lives. Radiotherapy offered this, as it largely has set hours Monday to Friday. There might be overtime or weekend working, but this is generally on a voluntary basis, although this is evolving. The other thing that appealed to me was that radiotherapy involved a good amount of patient interaction, and therapeutic radiographers can help patients going through a very challenging time.
I'm not what you would call an academic. I was not exactly a star pupil at school, and I didn't really reach academic maturity until I went to college and studied electronics, which was something I was massively into as a kid. From there, it was an engineering apprenticeship with a day release to obtain what was then called a level 4 BTEC in electronics, and I remained with Philips as a diagnostic X-ray field engineer for 12 years. During that time, I often went to Holland for training on different equipment. I counted them once, I think it was 32 separate occasions. I travelled all over the country, literally Cornwall to John O'Groats and the Channel Islands, Northern Ireland. They were great years, and as a career immensely enjoyable. I even had a brief stint as an assistant branch manager, which taught me loads about the business side. And then I fancied a change which lasted for 25 years, so I'll skip over that bit. But during this time I had a good friend who had a similar education to myself, but had worked in the factory that built radiotherapy linear accelerators, the only piece of equipment that I hadn't worked on before. He's worked here at the Marsden for the last 10 years, and when I became available, he was quick to ask me in for a chat. So here I am, 10 minutes from home, in a world-renowned cancer research and treatment centre, working with some of the most advanced kit available. What's not to like?